I have received another query about career guidance, and the question is, I am a fresh BTech graduate. I would like to build a career in GRC domain. I would be grateful if you could kindly provide some guidance on how to get started, the skills I should develop, and the career path I should follow. As a fresher, if you don't understand how the things work in an enterprise, or how, because when we talk about the GRC, and I believe that reaching out to me, you want to build the GRC in the information security domain. So in the information security domain, you need to understand how the IT works, so that you can you can basically work on the GRC components, right? Either building a policy in processes, or maybe collecting evidences for the audit, right? So in both cases, you need to first understand how the environment works, and in this particular domain, you need to know the network, the servers, the cloud, the workstations, antivirus, firewall, DLP, MDM, means all type of technologies, all type of environment you need to understand. Similarly, for the application development, application support, right, and how it works in a SaaS environment, and if you are hosting to a third party, what are the specifics for that. And other than that, if we move out of IT, how the physical security controls are set up, right, and what are the best practices for physical security controls, HR practices, and supply chain security, or maybe third party risk management, and all this you need to understand. Means you need to have the complete view of how an enterprise operates, so that you can positively contribute when you are on the job. To start with, as a fresher, you need to first start learning the IT technologies, right? Again, either you can go for some trainings, or you can just build your knowledge on different tools and technologies through free material like the YouTube, Udemy and Coursera is not free, but LinkedIn Learning and all, you can probably get at very cheap price. Go through different trainings, or maybe just watch YouTube videos on those topics, so that you can understand the environment. And just understanding the requirement and understanding the environment, you'll means here probably you'll have to become a jack of all trades, so that you understand how the antivirus works, and how the patching goes, right? How the VAPT, what are the specifics for VAPT. You understand everything at the high level, right? You don't need to know the details of each and everything, because you want to go into GRC, so you need to have the complete view of the other things, but we don't need to configure, or don't need to specialize on any of those topics. Coming to GRC, go for after you understand the complete environment, right, then also parallelly learn the cybersecurity standards and frameworks. You can probably download NIST CSF 2.0, or maybe NIST 800 SP 853, right? So those documents you can start referring to. PCI DSS also is quite, you can download for free, and means there you will learn the controls basically, right? What are the things you need to work upon? Either you want to do the audit or the evidence collection, or maybe just want to develop the policy and procedures, or you just want to conduct any review activities. Unless you understand what the controls are, you will not be able to perform those activities, and those controls are working in an environment, right? For example, you want to go and collect the evidences for the antivirus. So first you need to understand how the antivirus is working, and then you need to understand what are the controls for the antivirus, what are the areas to focus on in the antivirus solution, right? So that you can collect the evidences, or you can do the audit, or even if you are writing a policy and process, you will not be writing this, basically we will be helping your seniors in developing those policy and processes, right? Or maybe reviewing those policy and processes, so you can at least understand and do that positively. And when I say the policy and process, don't expect that people will just, as a fresher, people will ask you to write a policy and process, but they may ask you, okay, this is the process, go and check whether this is how it is working, whether the practice is matching with this or not. Fine, this is a, if you join me, fine, or anyone who is a fresher or anyone who has an intern is coming to me, probably this is the task I will give to them, because I cannot expect them to write a policy, but I can ask them, okay, this is the process, and go and check how the team is performing, whether the team is doing the same thing, or is their practice aligned with this documented process or not. So this way, my junior will learn about it, and also he will also have the practical hands-on understanding of how the things were working. Once you build that understanding, you can do the documentation yourself if it is needed. Fine, you can lead some of the review activities, and you can also do the audit or the evidence collection to start with. Fine, so all those things you can do. So first understand the environment, then learn the controls, then get qualified. Fine. And for the qualification perspective, there are many different certifications you can go for. You can go for ISO 27001 lead auditor, lead implementer program. Right? You can also go for some other cybersecurity programs. Right? So maybe you can start with SSCP. Right? If not CISSP. Right? You can go for even the CISA, CISM, CISSP. They require 4 to 5 years of experience. Right? Even those programs are not for the beginners. Right? So, but you can study. You can write an exam. If you're able to pass the exam, then you can at least tell your employer that I know I have means I know the stuff. Right? So you'll not get certified. You have to still wait for 4 to 5 years to gain experience to get certified. Right? But you get the associate title, right, for the CISSP or any other kind of certification you want to go for. So certification journey is altogether different thing, but learning is altogether different thing. Right? So for learning, understand the environment, understand the controls, right? And then look for certifications which you can go for. ISO lead auditor and lead implementer is directly relevant because any organization who into GRC will have the implementation of the ISO or the NIST. Right? They would have aligned their practice with more likely with the ISO and ISO and NIST CSF. They talk about the same thing. Right? So many of the organizations have also defined the framework based on the NIST CSF as well. But mostly organizations who are into GRC, who set up this practice, so they set up this practice as a part of their certification process. So, and certification is they get only on ISO standards, right? Not on the NIST standards. So that's why the ISO is more relevant to get certified on. Right? So that can give you the chance to get hired. Right? So I hope I'm able to articulate well that what are the steps you need to take care of, right? And means what are the steps you have to follow, and what are the things you need to take care of, so that you can build a career in the GRC. Cybersecurity otherwise is not a entry-level job. Right? You need to have that some industry experience, and that industry experience gives you the learning. Right? If you want to start with GRC, get those learnings, right, so that you can get started. I hope this was useful. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask me a question. Thank you so much.